just grateful. I'm grateful. God is good. I'm grateful.
Victor, you've had, I'm sorry, yeah, I was just saying this in that perspective too for all of us, because in so many ways we still feel like the same way, right? I'm sure Brian feels this, I do too. Even though I'm almost 50 years old, I still remember the first moment where it felt big to me too. And I think that perspective for all of us keeps you so grounded. Like you meet people, and I think for me now, when I meet all these young NFL players, one thing I always try to help them be the best they can be. Because when I was a young player, all the older guys just try to help me be the best I can be. And so much of life is when you achieve what you want to achieve, and how do you help other people achieve what they want to achieve. And I think the world changes, as you know, like how what he's doing and the impact he has. Well, he's impacted the world in a great way too. So life continues to change and evolve, and you learn from the people that are older from you, and then eventually you start learning from the people younger than you too, which is an amazing part. They see the journey they're on, how they're doing, and that continues to inspire you to be better. So it's amazing for me to be up here with you, with your following, all the people you got that follow you every day. My son is a big time fan.
Ooh, glaze me. Yes, Tom. Thank you, bro.
Tom, one quick question before I come to you with me. How have my Giant fans been treating up for the 10 years? Terrible. I want to forget that. How does it feel being you have many sons? See what I got to live with because of you? And he goes right with me, but I had to make sure I beat him in the games. You know, that's some rack over him. He beat me in the big games, so, you know, it's okay. I'm going to work a lot. My son lives here, but you guys keep talking all your shit. One thing I've had an up-close seat is to, you know, over the years, LeBron's off-season regimen and how seriously he takes it and how he's always challenging himself to be greater and do new things, incorporate new things. You've had somewhat of an interesting summer, an untraditional summer that hit the net recently. Talk to us about what you've been up to this off-season.
A lot. I've been around the world. I was just in China today for 2 weeks. Practicing with the monks, you know, trying to put my body through different things that I haven't done before.
Well, you can't just casually drop practicing like the monks. Talk to us about what
Yeah, like.
Are you allowed to talk about it? What's that? Are you allowed to talk about it? Of course I am. It was a great experience. You know what? My goal over there was putting my body through things it's not used to do, you know, and allowing it to widen my range of movements and strength. And this was probably as different as possible from what I'm used to doing, you know. So cook food every day, you know. No, it was like a vegan temple, monastery. You heard of that, right? Of course. And GOTED.
You wouldn't settle for Bateman when there's Batman?
Solve the riddle and be free.
What is dusk? You don't have to answer in the form of a question.
What is lasagna?
What is love?
All right.
What isn't love, you know? Just toss it.
Don't settle for just any insurance when there's State Farm.
Prime Day is coming July 8th through the 11th with great deals on whatever you're getting into next.
This season, a hot new bombshell enters the villa.
Order for Ariana? Boop. Okay.
Sign up for Instacart Plus and get Peacock at no extra cost to stream Love Island USA.
What's so funny? I mean, besides everything.
Let's get started!
It makes you laugh because it's like crazy.
It's so awesome!
Today, I'm going to create a blowout that stays ready for up to 96 hours. It's not just get ready with me, but stay ready with me. The incredible, all-inclusive multi-styler. Create your style. It's that easy.
I've got this. Hey, Susan Toothbrush. Big interview, huh? Nice new suit, new haircut, ancient bristle stick. Make the Sonicare switch. All right, now go knock 'em dead, boss. Can I get the Wi-Fi? I'm gonna hang here.
And it was supposedly no picture were to come out because I wasn't like isolated, but hey, you know.
So let me ask you, what you eat for breakfast?
He must have lost they couldn't feed you enough over there.
So the temple is vegan, so there's no meat in there. So like breakfast 5 a.m. was like boiled zucchinis and rice noodles. So I had to get out of the temple, so I made sure I didn't lose weight and actually eat some real food. But it was tough. It was an experience.
Anything to get smaller,
Might work for you, but not for me.
Hey, welcome to the shop.
You're not ready to shave those dreads. Oh yeah, you're not dedicated like that.
Everybody has to shave their hair off, right?
Yes, it's the first thing we did literally, and it's about Buddhism, and I'm pretty sure I'm Buddhist now. I mean, they made me say something in Chinese. I'm not sure what it was. It was definitely worth it.
I want to design anything, did you?
I want to ask a follow-up to both Tom and LeBron. We know about your greatness, we know about championships, Super Bowls, you guys are at the top, you're on anyone's Mount Rushmore. How important, you're on their Mount Rushmore, I'm sure. How important a role did off-season play in your careers, your off-seasons?
I think the off-season builds towards those championships. It builds to the accomplishments that you want to have throughout the course of the season. I never want to put myself in a position where I came into a season unprepared. I've always used the off-season to critique my game more than anybody. There's not a coach, there's not an analyst, there's not anybody in the world that can, critique my game or critique the way I want to prepare better than myself. So, the off-season is all about retooling, being uncomfortable like Vinny was talking about. That was the most uncomfortable state you've ever been in, and that's good, that's great for you, being comfortable, being uncomfortable. So, the off season when I've won the 4 championships and I've had, memorable seasons, whatever the case may be, and even when I've lost in championships, that doesn't mean that I wasn't prepared. I was always prepared, and I think it's sort of off season.
Let me know what you think, but off season for me is when you separate from the others, when all the work is unnoticed. It's your chance to do things the work others don't put in.
Exactly. Yeah, I think when you're during the season, obviously you're around your guys. You guys are building towards one common goal, and that's to ultimately host the Lombardi Trophy or the Larry O'Brien Trophy. That is the goal. But the all seasons where you get an opportunity to actually do more, like looking at yourself in the mirror and seeing ways that you can be better. Your teammates ain't with you that much in the off season. You will be with them at some points throughout the off season, and you guys running around some, working on timing, or you guys getting in the gym, you guys are working on things. But most of the time, obviously it's been with family, but also for yourself. Like you have to design yourself to how I am going to be great, and put yourself in the most simulated, moments possible. So when those moments come during the season, postseason, games that's big games, 3 and 4 nights. These guys play on Sunday and then have to play again on a Thursday. That type of shit that you have to be able to prepare yourself in the off season for those moments.
I think it's so interesting for a long time, and I ended up playing 23 seasons, but when I was in college too, I was different than LeBron. I think LeBron in a lot of ways had a lot tougher path, for me, because there was always such high expectations for you all the time. Since high school, and I always admired that he held himself to such a high standard, because the standard was already so high. There was a lot of times in my career people didn't expect much from me, so I had to kind of fight a different way. And what I realized for me was I had that off season. For me, I made it almost feel like it was when I was at Michigan, for example. I'm in the off season. I made it feel like I was playing Ohio State. I really did. I had to train that way. And then when I got to the pros, in the off season, I would go through workouts with my receivers, and we made sure the ball didn't hit the ground. So if I was throwing passes to Randy or Julian or Wes or Gronk or whoever it was, if the ball hit the ground, we had a problem. And there was almost a level of intensity, because the only way to deal with the stress in the moment, I can imagine being at the free throw line, make 2 free throws to win the game and send it to overtime. And for a quarterback, it's always like that 2-minute drill. So you